Hello guys. Welcome to Diablo the Primordial. This video is the continuation video after Diablo arrived. So if you have not watched it, then please watch it. The link is in the description. And please check out my second channel Top Anime Sensei for the light novel of Tensei Shitara. So without any further delay, let's start. But before we start, please like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates. Like Dino, de Gruel, who had dedicated his loyalty to the same deceased master, was pitiful. That was also the reason why Dino tried to untie de Gruel's heart. It was a completely unintended event for Dino that the ability he used for such a purpose evolved into an ultimate ability. However, even so, Dino's fate was changed because of the acquisition of this ability. Was it a coincidence, or perhaps, was it fate? Those with Angel Series ability couldn't resist the Master Program, Ruler of the Angel, the hidden ability of ultimate skill Justice Lord Michael. The only possible way to resist it was to offset an Angel Series ability with a Demon Series ability. Although it had transformed, Fallen Lord Luciel was still a part of the Angel Series ability, it couldn't escape from absolute control of Justice Lord Michael. However, at this moment, here, inside the labyrinth created by Rimuru, when ultimate skill Fallen Lord Luciel, which he had sealed for a long time, was activated, Dino realized. Ah, I see. Angel Series ability facilitated the thought guidance as a marker. Whereas the Demon Series were free abilities, the Angel Series were hierarchical abilities. They were programmed to obey the order of the Supreme Being. Dino, who had his resistance increased due to becoming a fallen angel from the start, and because he was isolated in this subspace, was now released from the curse of control. Once he escaped, he wouldn't get caught for a second time. Dino's slothful Lord Belphegor offset Fallen Lord Luciel and he regained full control of himself. Dino passed through the hole on the labyrinth's outer wall and jumped into the subspace. When he did so, he suddenly sensed the traces of the thought interference wave from Justice Lord Michael against Fallen Lord Luciel and completed the countermeasures with slothful Lord Belphegor. Although Dino may have been a bum, he worked fast. It wasn't that he couldn't work, he just didn't want to. That was how the man named Dino was. He would do things swiftly as possible if he was forced to do so. It was needless to say, the best thing for him was not working. Unfortunately for Dino, however, a future of hard work awaited him. Good job. Now, you have one job left. Ramirez's thoughts reached him even though he was separated from Zijin. In short, he had completely succeeded in escaping from the inside of Zero's body. It seemed that two other people had stood waiting. Zijin promptly headed to his designated position. Dino felt from their presence that those two's energy levels easily surpassed those of awakened Demon Lord class. With Zijin included, the three people arranged themselves like an equilateral triangle. Diablo and Benimaru, is it? Did their energy increase again? Dino thought so, although he wasn't eager to throw out a Tsukomi. Dino quickly understood the aim of the plan and his role in it. They were trying to annihilate Zero with the ones who had the strongest fighting power. Dino had thought that it would be impossible to annihilate Zero seriously since destroying a true dragon wasn't easy at all. But he realized that they were actually serious about it. Dino also moved inside the subspace so that the lengths of the sides became equal and reached his designated position. It was a ritual requiring no less than 4 people. With 2 people, it formed a one-dimensional line of 2 dots connected. With 3 people, it formed a 2-dimensional triangle. If it was with 4 people, it formed a 3-dimensional tetrahedron. In other words, they were forming a spatial magic circle which far surpassed the level of the multi-layered magic circle. And so, a tetrahedron was formed to enclose the berserk evil dragon Zero. With each person as a vertex, Zero was caught inside absolute barrier. Kufufufu, as expected of Demon Lord Dino-sama. It helps that you're exceptionally observant. Ah, that's creepy. Don't need to use honorifics with me, Diablo. Is that so? There isn't a shred of respect inside my heart, you don't have to worry about it. You're fucking kidding, right? That's so uncalled for. So you aren't just being sarcastic. That thing aside, shouldn't we end this quickly? That's right, leave the nonsense for later. Why is it my fault? Dino held back from saying those words. It was pointless even if he said it. It could be worse as it might unnecessarily provoke Zijin's anger. The notion that Zijin would be someone hard to deal with had already taken root inside Dino's mind. Well then, Dino Dono, the main act is yours. We will match our timing with yours. so Diablo said. Benimaru and Zijin didn't have objection either. If it was just the three of them, it was possible for them to match their timing perfectly, but to request something like that from Dino would be harsh. So, at the same time that Dino unleashed his technique, the three of them would follow it. Dino had no complaints either. Rather, he felt relieved that he wasn't asked to do something unreasonable, such as matching his timing with theirs. Gotcha! Let's go with full power. Dino yelled, sharpened his spirit, and focused his mind in order to unleash his strongest attack. Fallen Crusade. And so, he fired a white light slash and black shadow slash. Both of the slashes intersected spectacularly at the center of the tetrahedron. Colorless aurora filled the inside of Absolute Barrier. However, the attacks on the Berserk Evil Dragon Zero weren't over yet. The moment both slashes intersected. End of world. Dimension Storm. Prominence Acceleration. Several super special moves were unleashed. With exquisite timing, it all reached the center of the tetrahedron to cover Dino's technique. It caused a catastrophic, destructive power that was the greatest ever seen since the beginning of the universe. The catastrophic destruction filled Absolute Barrier, which was created to not let such power escape. Quartet Skill. Breakdown Nostalgia. The power of the four people combined as one and brought forth the ultimate destruction. It could be said that it was fortunate that this place was a subspace. For example, even if it was sealed by Absolute Barrier, just the leaked aftershock of the destructive power would be enough to wreck the surface ground. Since it was a quartet skill by four of the most powerful beings in the world, the synergy produced an unimaginable result. Everyone who witnessed the spectacle was completely silenced. Except for one person. Kufufufu, kahahaha. Amazing, what a truly amazing power. However, what is more amazing than all else is the existence called True Dragon. Even after being bathed by such destructive power, it hasn't been annihilated. While Diablo laughed loudly, he analyzed it calmly. Exactly as he stated, only the intact dragon core remained in the center of the tetrahedron. Although colorless, it was a mysterious orb emitting a dim shine. Everyone was captivated as if their minds were stolen by the orb. However, that would lead to carelessness. The Berserk Dragon Zero, without thinking about his own destruction, tried to take at least one of them along with him as his last breath struggle. He predicted that if one corner of the tetrahedron was destroyed, the power trapped inside Absolute Barrier would swallow everyone in this place. Zero's instinct couldn't understand it, but if he succeeded, it would deal a massive amount of damage to the main body of Ramirez's labyrinth. As his malevolent instinct demanded, Zero mustered the last bit of his power to stretch out his tentacle. That tentacle went towards Dino's group. Ah! The first one to react was Gracia. She pulled Pico and threw her towards Dino. She protected Pico from the tentacle with her own body, but that was her limit. When the tentacle grasped Gracia, it dragged her into Absolute Barrier. From inside Pico's arm, who had lost her balance, Gaia jumped to Gracia while it cried, "Q!" Everything happened instantaneously. Gracia. Although Dino shouted, he couldn't move. Because he understood that if he moved now, Absolute Barrier would collapse. "I'll do it." "Stop. You'll disappear if you enter it." Dino stopped Pico, who was about to jump in. Needless to say, the power inside wasn't something she could endure. Even if he did that, Dino knew that he would end up losing Pico as well. "Damn it. If only I didn't let my guard down." Dino lamented, but he couldn't do anything. He had no other choice but to give up. But, then, Gracia, and also Gaia will. Pico appealed to Dino while thinking about her companion. But, Pico understood it too. There was nothing she could do. I don't like things like this. Dino. Just one. If there was just one possibility. Listen, I will give you my strength. I'll give you all of my power, so please maintain Absolute Barrier with it. Gracia won't last long if she gets dragged into the center. So, rest assured, I'll go and save her quickly. But, believe me, I'll do it right away as there's no time. Dino started to take preemptive action. Although the tentacle itself had already disappeared, it would be impossible for Gracia to get back to Dino's with her own strength. In any case, the destructive power produced by the quartet skill would be blocked by Absolute Barrier and would converge in the center. It would create a powerful gravitational force towards the center, and consigned everything into oblivion beyond the event horizon. In order to escape from there, you would need to exceed the speed of light, which was practically impossible. The space was too distorted and unstable, so activating transfer was out of the question. There was no more time to spare. The burden on Gracia would increase exponentially the closer she got to the center. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys have not watched my earlier videos, then please watch them. The links are in the description. And please check out my other channel Top Anime Sensei for the light novel of Tensura. And don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates.